Chef Nikki Miller Ka, and I have to cook a complete meal for four with ingredients I'm about to buy today here at the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market. But I only have $20 to spend. Find out if I succeed coming up on the $20 challenge. Hi, I'm Chef Nikki Miller Ka. Welcome to the $20 challenge, where I just have $20 to buy enough at the farmer's market to make a meal for four. This week, there's so many things in season. There's tomatoes, there's potatoes, there's onions, greens, peas. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but it's all gonna be very delicious. I'm gonna probably make something that's gonna be very fresh and very simple and very easy, because summer is in full swing. Let's go shopping. Hey, Miss Virginia, how are you doing today?
Just fine.
Good, me too.
And what will you use today?
Oh, I think I'm gonna make a ratatouille. And to make ratatouille, I'm gonna need some of these beautiful eggplants and some peppers.
Okay.
So how much are your eggplants?
They're $1.50 a pound.
Okay. So they're so beautiful. I think the different colors. So these are globe eggplants and these are Japanese eggplants. I think that I'm just gonna I'll take this one and I'll take this one too. They both look so beautiful. Too beautiful to cut up.
Scales. And I don't weigh the peppers, pick out the...
Oh, how much are they each?
They're 75 cents each.
Let's see. I'll just do these two. So two. And I have my own bag.
Oh, you've got your own?
I do. I'm going to keep it green.
Good.
I'll put those in there. And I'm going to need some onions too.
Okay, just pick out what you need and lay them up here.
How much are the onions?
They're $1 a pound.
Oh, that's perfect. We'll do... Actually, let's see how much this big guy. Yeah.
80 cents.
Oh, less than $1. I love it. And I think that's it for today from you. How much do I owe you?
$3.05. $3 will be fine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for rounding down. You know I'm on a budget.
That's 5. 10. 15.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have a question to ask you. Please tell me about your apron.
This was a Mother's Day gift from my daughter. I sell strawberries and nobody knows my name. Everybody calls me Strawberry Lady.
Well, I'm glad that I know your name, Strawberry Lady. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Terry, how are you doing today? I'm doing absolutely wonderful. I'm going to need some of your eggs today.
They're fresh.
I believe it, and free range too, from Home Place Farm, which is your farm?
Yeah.
How long have you been farming?
I'm 63, probably 50 years.
Really? And is Home Place Farm here in Winston?
Yes, off Clementville Road.
Oh, that very local, hyper local, if you will. And so these eggs being free range, there are the yolks, extra yellow and
They're
pretty.
more yellow, they're a lot prettier to see because when you do free range, they go eat whatever they want to. We turn them out in the morning and we put them back in the evening. We have to keep the crispy critters from eating them up.
Right.
But they roam all day and eat what they want to.
Excellent. So my next question is, I see they're $3.75. Does it matter which one I get? I mean, are they all gonna?
No, I don't grade the eggs. When I reach in the basket after I gather them and wash them, whatever that egg is, it goes in the basket.
Okay.
I'm not going to grade them out.
Well, this dozen looks just as good as another, so here we go. $5. Ta-da! So I've got some really nice plans for these eggs.
Every day, and there's not an egg in here that's over a week old.
Oh, well then. So when you keep your eggs, Do you keep them out on the counter or do you refrigerate them?
They're refrigerated before they're brought in here. You know, they're washed and refrigerated every day, and when we bring them in here, they're not going to stay here long.
I know that your table is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, when you came by earlier, they were all the way through.
Well, I'm glad I got what I needed.
You're going to get some good extra. You'll be back.
Thank you. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hi, how are you doing this morning?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good. Me too. I'm doing great.
Good.
So I'm going to make a ratatouille today, and I need some of your squash. It's really beautiful and smooth, and it says homegrown, no pesticides, and it's $1 a pound. I need this in my life.
How much would you like?
I think we're going to try and just get a pound and see what happens. So I want the prettiest girls.
This one.
That one.
80 cent worth.
Then that's what we'll do. We'll do that one right there.
All right.
And I have plenty of money to give you. Oh, and I have my own bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll just put it right in there.
All righty.
Ta-da! And what? So I noticed you have a zucchini here that is well over a pound. So how did the zucchini get this big?
It was under a leaf, and I found it sticking out about that far. And that's how I found it.
Wow. You kind of left it on the vinyl a little too long, huh?
Too long.
I bet that'll make some great zucchini bread.
It would.
How much does it cost? I'm not that I'm going to buy it, but I'm really curious.
$2.45.
That's really cheap for that big old zucchini.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'll leave it here for someone else to enjoy.
All right.
And I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye. Hey Paige, how are you doing today?
Good.
So, I'm going to be making a ratatouille today.
Okay.
And one of the base key ingredients is garlic, and I love your elephant garlic.
Good.
So I'm gonna get some today.
Okay, good.
So you still have your pieces here that are.
I just want to tell you that this is from last year, so I'm very generous with last year's garlic. So I wanted to work for you. So, you know, I'm willing to work with you.
I understand. Oh, now that I have that in mind, okay.
Okay.
So I think that I'm just gonna need a 25-cent piece because I
Okay.
only need a little bit.
All right. So,
So-
you know, I want you to feel it up, you know, and this, you know, if it's not working, then it's
So,
like 2 for 1.
I
here.
do have a question though. So when
Yeah.
you're choosing elephant garlic, what is the best thing to look for? So it should it be like heavy for it like
It
for
should
its
be very
size?
firm. And so, like I said, this is last year's garlic. It's in the barn right now hanging. And I should have it basically in the next 2 weeks because we've dug and we're waiting for it.
Waiting
So,
for this year's.
Yeah, it still should be good. So we'll know when you start frying it up back there, you know.
What a great time to find out if it's good or not.
We'll find out shortly. So that's why I'm going to be very generous so that when you start cutting, you know, we'll know.
Aha.
So I want
Well,
you
I
to get
think-
your money's worth here. So
Is it okay if or will you agree to me taking these 3 pieces for 75 cents? I know they're
I'm agreeing-
25 cents.
No, I'm agreeing for you to take this for 25 cents.
Thank you, Paige.
Perfect.
I love it. Let me put this
Yes.
in my bag.
All right.
Let me see what else. Oh my gosh, there's basil plant over here.
Yes, it's a basil tree, actually.
Oh, excuse me, basil tree.
Yes.
So this, oh my gosh. So how much is this whole plant?
The whole thing is $7.
Wow. Well, I'm sure I have enough to buy this whole plant, but I don't need this whole plant.
Okay.
Is there
So
any
we can
way,
make a cutting.
and I can just have a little branch?
That's all right. You can have it
And
like
how
a
much would you
sprig.
charge me for a little
So
sprig?
a sprig is 50 cents.
Oh, I can absolutely do that. Oh boy, I love this place.
Alrighty. So how much of a sprig do you need? Like all the way down here? Is that enough? Or
That,
do
you
need
know
two
what?
sprigs?
Whatever 50 cents will buy me.
Okay. So I think 50 cents is going to get you like
Oh, that's so wonderful. Oh my gosh. It's a business doing pleasure with you, Paige. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I can't. This is going to go perfect in the ratatouille. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, thank you for taking a leap of faith at the farmer's market. Bye, Paige. See you next time. Hello, good morning. How are you? I'm doing good. I see you have these beautiful tomatoes. Very local, and I'm going to need some. I see they're $2 a pound, and they were grown in Davidson County. Let's see. I'm making a ratatouille, so I need some really good tomatoes. So what kind of tomatoes are these?
German Johnson.
German Johnson tomatoes. Well, this guy, he looks kind of nice. And I really want to get this green tomato, too, because I think that'll add a little color and a little extra flavor in there. So we'll see how much those guys cost. And I already have a bag, but if you need me to put it in that bag, I will. $3.25. And I'm also going to need some blueberries, too. Just one. How much are they?
$2.50.
Oh, that's perfect. Yep.
$5.75.
Parting with all my money. But good thing is I'm almost done. Thank you, thank you. And I will put everything in my bag. Yep, those are going to cook up right nicely. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Hello, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you again. So I'm making a ratatouille, and squash is the last ingredient that I need.
Okay.
How much is your squash per pound?
$1.50 a pound.
Okay, I have plenty of money, but I'm trying to, save a little bit. So I only need a couple. So, and by a couple, I mean 3. So let's see how much this costs. And I have my own bag, so you can keep yours.
$1.70.
All right, hit one. Let's put that in the bag. Let's see, 1, 50, 60, 70. Perfect. Yay! Thank you. So, Mockwood Farm and Produce. Where are y'all located?
Arcadia, Davidson County.
Oh, wow, this is really local too. I'm glad that I'm getting some local squash. I'm getting all kinds of local things today. Well, this is the farmer's market. I should be. Well, it was great to see you, and thank you for the squash.
You're welcome.
Now that I have my ingredients, it's time to turn this into a meal for a family of 4. While we take a break, I'm going to head over to our demonstration kitchen and start prepping. When we come back, we'll start cooking.
For the best in locally grown farm-fresh meats, fruits, and vegetables, shop the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market. This year, we're celebrating the market's 40th anniversary with special events and contests. And don't miss the $20 challenge every 2nd and 4th Saturday through September. Chef Nikki has just $20 to buy and prepare a complete meal for 4 right there in the market. It's the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market, open every Saturday year-round, 6 to 1 at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. The Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market, a Winston-Salem tradition since 1974.
Welcome back to the $20 Challenge. I'm Chef Nikki Miller-Ka, and now it's time to cook a meal for 4 using ingredients I just bought today for $20 at the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market. Today, I'm going to make a ratatouille and a custard over fresh blueberries. Let's get cooking. So, what's ratatouille? I'm sure you've heard of that Disney movie with the little rat in the kitchen, and there was, it's nothing like that. It is a French-inspired dish, but I'm going to make it American by adding some really fun, cool ingredients. So first, I'm going to start off with elephant garlic that I got from Leap of Faith Farm. And I'm going to use 2 pans because classically, when you make ratatouille, you're supposed to cook each component separately. Well, I don't really have that luxury much here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook a couple of the ingredients separately. So I've got the elephant garlic, I've got our white onion, and I'm going to add peppers and tomatoes to this pan, and it's going to cook down. In our second pan, I'm going to put Japanese eggplant and globe eggplant. What's the difference, you say? Not just colors, but the style that it's in. Globe eggplant is round and dark purple, and Japanese eggplant is long and lighter purple. So I'm going to put in all of those guys, and I'm going to save our leftovers for later. Because believe it or not, I always have leftovers on the $20 challenge. So the oil was hot in the pan. I've got this beautiful green and white and red tomatoes. Well, not white tomatoes, but white onions. Red tomatoes, green tomatoes. That's going to cook on down with that elephant garlic. The same with the squash and the eggplant and the zucchini. So those are going to cook up nicely. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. And let them cook. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to start on our custard. So custard basically is pudding. It's much better than the kind that you get in a little package. So what you want to do is you want to heat up about 1.5 cups of milk. And while your milk is heating up, you want to crack 3 egg yolks in a bowl. So to your 3 egg yolks, you're going to add an additional whole egg, some sugar, actually a lot of sugar, and a little flour or cornstarch. That's fun. Bringing down the house with all this good food. So you're going to whisk up the egg yolks and the whole egg, the sugar, and the flour. And you're going to whisk it till it's all incorporated. And so that no flour and sugar remain untouched by the eggs. So now what you're going to do is something called tempering. You're going to take your heated milk, just a little bit of it, and you're going to bring up the eggs to the same temperature as the milk. Because if you put in the eggs in the hot milk, it's going to make scrambled eggs. And as yummy as scrambled eggs are, once you add a little sugar to it, it doesn't taste so great. So now that I'm going to add a little bit more milk. And whisk it up. Now you take this egg mixture and you pour it into the milk that's been heated. Make sure you get everything that's inside of your bowl and scrape it in. And so now you want to bring up your mixture here. You don't need your whisk much anymore, but you're going to need a spatula, and you want to scrape all the sides, bottom, to make sure that no egg is sitting on the side of the pan, because again, you don't want scrambled eggs. So basically, you don't want to bring this to a boil, but you want to bring it up so that it thickens. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I don't want my eggs to scramble. And I'm going to check on the ratatouille, see how everything is cooking down. So at this point, everything is still cooking nicely. And everything is heating up fast. So I'm going to add some salt and pepper, because as delicious as vegetables are by themselves, they need a little seasoning. So a little salt. A little pepper. And I'm also going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning. So this Italian seasoning, it's got a little thyme, a little marjoram, which is like a cross between basil and oregano. It's also got a little bit of rosemary and a little bit of sage in there too. So this is dried, and I'm sure you have it in your pantry. And so while this cooks down and my custard thickens up, we're going to go on a break. And when we come back, we'll plate everything up.
For the best in locally grown farm fresh meats, fruits, and vegetables, shop the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market. This year, we're celebrating the market's 40th anniversary with special events and contests. And don't miss the $20 challenge every second and fourth Saturday through September. Chef Nikki has just $20 to buy and prepare a complete meal for 4 right there in the market. It's the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market, open every Saturday year-round, 6 to 1 at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. The Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market, a Winston-Salem tradition since 1974.
Welcome back to the $20 challenge. Today I've been making a traditional French ratatouille and custard to go over fresh blueberries. So far I've cooked down our elephant garlic, tomatoes, red tomatoes, and green tomatoes and white onion. And I also cooked down our Japanese eggplant and our globe eggplant and our squash and zucchini. And now I've combined them all together. They've all cooked down nicely and caramelized. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to deglaze the pan with a little white wine. And what deglazing is when you add a liquid to a pan to get up all the good bits from the bottom of the pan. And you can deglaze with, if you're not into wine, you can do it with unsweetened grape juice. You can do it with other fruit juices, but wine is best. Absolutely it is. And so once you've done that, you want to take your fresh basil, just take a couple of leaves or a handful of leaves right off of the plant. Don't get any of the flowers though. And you want to rip them up and put them right into the ratatouille. Nice, fresh, beautiful basil. One more leaf. And you want to stir it up. And that basil is going to wilt. And it's going to meld so nicely into this ratatouille. So now we're ready to plate everything up. So over here on my plate, I've got some spaghetti that's already been cooked. And I'm going to put it right over the spaghetti. Now, ratatouille isn't necessarily a sauce, but everybody needs a little starch in their life, so why not put it over spaghetti and make it look nice? And put a little extra basil on top there for a little garnish action. And now we've got our fresh blueberries on this little plate here. And I'm gonna cover it with this nice thick custard that we made. And if you watched the last episode of the $20 challenge, you'll remember that I bought some ginger mints in a little plant. Well, the past 2 weeks, this plant has been growing, and I'm gonna use a little bit of that mint again to garnish on top of my blueberries. How wonderful. And here's our meal for 4. So we've got a ratatouille with tomatoes, onions, peppers, eggplant, squash, zucchini, and fresh blueberries with a wonderful, delicious, thick, unctuous custard. If you would like to cook this at home, I have the recipes posted on my blog, Nick Snacks. So you can go to nicksnacks.blogspot.com and get all the goods. To make this, I spent $3 for onions, eggplant, and peppers, $3.75 for a dozen free-range eggs, 80 cents for zucchini, 75 cents for basil, elephant garlic, and $5.75 for tomatoes and blueberries, and a mere $1.70 for squash, for a total of $15.75. So let's see how this tastes. Dessert first. That is so wonderful. With blueberries, they're so fresh and they just pop in your mouth, and that custard is nice and thick and delicious, like the best pudding ever. And let's go to the ratatouille. Those tomatoes, that basil, that garlic, oh my gosh, so delicious. If I can do it, you can do it too. Just like Ashley and Chris Exton of Winston-Salem. They won a farmer's market shopping bag for making a meal for 4 of pasta carbonara, along with asparagus and zucchini squash salad, all for under $20 here at the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market. Take your own $20 challenge and you could win this reusable shopping bag too. Send photos or video of your $20 challenge to me at nicksnacksblog@gmail.com. Thanks for watching the $20 challenge. Remember, the Dixie Classic Fair Farmers Market is open every Saturday, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be taping our next episode here at the Farmers Market July 12th at 10 a.m. Come out and see for yourself if I can pass the $20 challenge. I'm Chef Nikki Miller-Ka. Thanks for watching.